Hi dear students, let's see this question that came in JEE Advanced Paper 2 Physics in the year 2018. The question is based on list type like matrix match type from the topic of gravitation. Question is fairly simple. Almost everybody would have done this within 2-3 minutes. So let's see what's happening over here. Basically, there's a planet hai mass m ka. Now there are two satellites of masses m1 and m2 which are revolving in the respective radius of r1 and r2. ठीक है, इन सर्कुलर ऑर्बिट्स। R1 वाली जो सैटेलाइट है इसका मास m1 है and R2 satellite has got mass m2. Okay, we have to neglect the gravitational interaction between m1 and m2. So basically only capital M will be applying the force on m1 and only capital M will be applying the force on m2, like that. Okay, v1, l1, k1 and t1 are the orbital velocity, angular momentum of m1 about capital M, k1 is the kinetic energy, okay, and t1 is the time period of the revolution. Okay, although it's not mentioned that l1 is the angular momentum about the center, but that is what we will assume in this question. Okay, although ideally they should have mentioned. Similarly, corresponding quantities for m2 is v2, l2, k2, t2. That means v2 is the orbital velocity of m2, l2 is the angular momentum of m2 about center, k2 is the kinetic energy of m2, and t2 is the time period of revolution about the center. Ratio of masses has been given, that is 2, and the ratio of radii of circular motion has also been given, r1 is to r2 is 1 by 4. Okay, so basically we have to find the ratio of v1 is to v2, l1 is to l2, k1 is to k2 and t1 is to t2, like that. So question is fairly simple. Let's start with finding the ratio of orbital velocity. Okay, so these are the options. Let's first find the value of orbital velocity. We know v1 can be written as root of gm by r1, where m is the mass of the central planet, this one. So if you try to see the figure, so basically if this is the planet of mass m, so this is m1 and this is m2, right, in the radius r2, and this radius is r1. So similarly v2 can also be written as root of gm by r2. So from here it is very easy to see that v1 by v2 will be under root of r2 by r1, and r1 by r2 has been given 1 by 4, so this will become 2. Okay, so that means p matches with 3. P matches with 3, correct? Now, so anyway, if you see only option B has got P3, so anyway option B is correct. Okay, but we will solve this question fully, okay, irrespective of the options, although we could have done this by options, but we will solve this question fully. Okay, next we find the ratio of angular momentum about center. So we realize that angular momentum can be written as mvr. So L1 will be m1 v1 r1, and similarly L2 will be m2 v2 r2. So we can say that L1 by L2 will be m1 by m2, which is 2 in the question. v1 by v2 we have already found out 2. r1 by r2 is 1 by 4. That means it becomes 1. So L1 is 2, L2 is 1. So if you go back to option Q, it matches with 2, and hence which is what we get here, right? Next is kinetic energy, which is again very easy. K1 by K2 can be straight away written as m1, see half will get cancelled, so half m1 v1 square divided by half m2 v2 square. m1 by m2 is 2 and v1 by v2 ka whole square will become 4, so that means this will become 8. That means option R will match with 4, so which is what we get over here. And S is time period. We know time period can be written as 2 pi root of r cube by gm. Okay, so we realize that t square is proportional to r cube. That means t1 by t2, t1 by t2 will be equals to r1 by r2 की power 3 by 2. Now r1 by r2 if you see is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 to the power 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. Ka whole cube is 1 by 8. So this will become 1 by 8. So if you go back to option S, it matches with 1. S matches with 1. Correct? I hope you would have understood. It was a very simple question. Nothing difficult about this. That's it. Thank you.